Hey everyone, I'm Jenn. Welcome to Pucker Up Midlife, where we talk about the good, the bad, and the shit us women go through.
And I'm Andrea. This is our space to be sassy, messy, and real about reinvention.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenn, and this is Pucker Up Midlife. This is where we're going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the absolute shit that all of us women in our 50s are going through.
And I'm Andrea, and this is our space to be sassy, messy, and real about reinvention. So, girl, we are doing this.
Yes, I'm so excited.
It's happening.
It's something that we've always wanted to do.
Yes.
You and I both are in our 50s.
Well,
you don't feel like you're glowing at 50. You feel like you're definitely aging, but like you also are learning to
reinvent ourselves.
Yeah.
But I really feel that we can figure out ways to make ourselves feel good so we can have a fulfilled, active life. And yeah, I know you want to be around. You have a granddaughter, and you know, we want to be able to keep going and be around for them and enjoy life.
And honestly, that's one thing that I've always wanted in my life is so I've raised my kids, and like you've raised your kids, and I want to be that active grandma. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted that. I always saw like the active grandmas. And I'm like, I want to be an active grandmother one day. Yeah. You know, I didn't think I was going to be a grandma at 50 years old. No. I'm like, I was Googling it. Like, is this an average age or what's going on? I was thinking about this last night when I went to the school line, and I remember driving through the line and seeing you. I had 5 kids, and I would go through the line and I would drop off my kids and I would see you and I'd be like, what is that? Like, what are you? No, you were dressed to the T, and I was like, I
don't know if you really wanted to be friends with me because you kept running away from me. And I'd be like, hey, oh, hi. And then you're like, oh, hi. Oh, I gotta go. And then you would take off.
Maybe I was insecure.
And I was like, oh my God, did I do something wrong?
No. But I also think like, okay, so we're young and we both moved in our neighborhoods.
Yes.
And so you had your core group of friends, and you guys, lived in your neighborhood. You had a whole street of friends. And then we lived in our neighborhood, and all of our friends all moved in around the same time, and we all had kids the same age. And so in our neighborhood, and I will say, like, those are all new friends. Like, you get a lot of new friends as an adult, like when you have kids.
Yeah.
That's how you guys were, right?
Yeah.
And so I hung out with everyone on my street and the street over. Like, that was so I felt like you guys had your little crew and then we had ours, but we never got them together.
Well, I think slowly, because through school, everyone and sports, the parents would all get to know each other, and then we all have those mutual friends and end up at the same parties and all that.
Yeah, but you also had a girl and I had a boy at that age.
Yeah, yes.
Although my son was, kept telling me that I need to be friends with you. I'm like, she's a little too perfect.
I guess we didn't run in the same crowds for a while. Yeah. And then we got to the point we went on a trip to Mexico. So we had a mutual friend, girls trip, and that's where we really ended up connecting. Remember, it was that compound.
It was amazing. That place was amazing. I loved going in your room. I absolutely loved going in your room. I felt like it was finally like, I have this time. Like, we had this time together. Well, that everyone has been saying that you and I should have been friends.
Right. And we got to just hang out at the pool. Like, we just hung out there. And then we find things that we all have in common.
Yeah.
And we both love to work out, and we have the same trainer, and she's amazing.
She keeps us in check.
Before COVID happened, I was gaining so much weight.
Before COVID or?
But no, it was before COVID.
Oh.
I was getting to a point where, my clothes weren't fitting me. What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm having changes happening with my body.
Yeah.
What do I need to do? And then I did have a trainer at the time, and we were, she's kind of helping me. But then all of a sudden, COVID happened, the lockdown.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough, we got our Peloton before that happened.
Wow.
So I started getting on the Peloton every day.
Before COVID.
No, during
Oh,
COVID.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So during COVID, because we were locked in,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? We're not supposed to go outside, go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I got on the Peloton every day, and I did one of those intensity ones that was also an arm exercise. So I was doing that every day for, I don't know, how many months was that? Like a month or two, I started doing it. I mean, every single day.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So, and then our trainer started doing Zoom training. So I was doing stuff at home. And then I remember some of us gals got on a group Zoom, and we had a wine time together so we could all see each other and chat, catch up, drink wine through the Zoom. And I remember, I'm drinking my wine. The girls are all, "Oh my gosh, your arms!" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm just using these little 2-pound weights on my Peloton, and it was so funny. And all of a sudden, I'm like, "Oh yeah." So we get through COVID, and I'm kind of now, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of in good shape.
Yeah, because we had the time.
Had the time to work out.
Yeah.
So at the gym, my trainer, she's working with me, and she said, "Hey, have you ever thought about doing a bodybuilding competition?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm 50 years old. That's crazy." And she said, "Well, I'm 52, and I do them."
Yeah.
So,
and she was already bodybuilding, so she knew you had it.
well, I guess I mean, I didn't see it. I thought, this is crazy. What is this? I'm too old for something like this. So she said, "Why don't you come to a show?" She had another gal that she was coaching doing a bodybuilding show who was older than me. Maybe she was 5 years older.
Mm-hmm.
And so Rod and I go and check out the show. And I'm like, "Oh, this is interesting." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, maybe I want to try this."
Oh, so she had you go look at the show to see if it was something.
There was no way I was going to go do something, jump in without checking it all out to see what is this about. Because it was like a whole new world.
And that's scary.
I had no idea. Yeah.
Like
very
getting
scary.
up on stage at our age would be so scary. I'm proud of you.
In a bikini, a thong bikini.
No, I couldn't even imagine. My kids would die. Okay, but go on. I want to hear it.
Well, who does that? So I remember the first time training with her and getting to the point. So, she puts me on, you're slowly changing your meals and, your workouts and your cardios, and you have to do check-ins every week and see where your body fat is. And
so when did you
how
start?
you look.
What month was that, do you think, that you started?
Oh, I don't know. It was pretty much once we got out of the whole
COVID?
And I was 50. Because it must have been May. I don't know. Maybe it was summertime or something. But my first competition was in October.
Yeah.
I did in October of my 50th year. And we were getting to the point where I'm like, "Are you sure I could do this? My body." And there's a weird manipulation that you do towards the end with figuring out the food and your water intake. Mm-hmm. And you get to a point where you're like the last week, they call it peak week. And that's the toughest week, where you're first flooding your body with water, and then you take it away. And then everything, it's like this suction, and you're like, "Oh, okay." And so then you're like stage ready. And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to do this." And
okay, but before you started this, before you actually committed to that, is there a certain age group that you knew? Were you competing against people So, because that's intimidating. If you're like, I know this is like so awesome, especially like in midlife and going through that, but getting into something like that's scary. And then what if you're going against 40-year-olds and you're competing against them, right? Or is there like an age bracket?
Well, the first one, I want to say I didn't open, where that means, you know, there was one, I think it was like an open novice. So it's like your first time doing it with all the age groups.
Oh.
And then there's also by age and height too. That they
I didn't know that.
But I think on that one, I may have done like a 40 and up. They didn't have like this first show, like a 50 and up. But yeah, so it was very intimidating because of course these young girls, their bodies are like, they look amazing. And, you know, our bodies change and it's like, hello, I'm not going to look like them. But I definitely worked as hard as I can to try to get to that point.
Oh, I remember.
What I decided to do this last one, because I'm doing I just did one in May. I'm going to do another one in August.
Yeah.
I'm kind of figuring out, like, you know what? I can still eat good stuff, but there's some things that my body just can't handle.
Yeah.
Can't process. Like processed foods and sugars, my body does not like it. And it was not just like, oh, gaining weight. It was inflammation. I was like, my body hurt. Like I was in pain. So,
so the change was good for you altogether. Emotionally and physically. Like you needed that.
I feel so much better now. And I think you learn what works and doesn't. And you get this happy thing. And it's like, sometimes you just have to make like small little changes. Yeah. And I think during this whole development, since 50 and now I'm 54, and I'm going on to my 5th competition since 50, I'm kind of learning what works for me, what I can live with, what I love. Like, you know, you start learning your body and how it reacts. And like, I'm kind of in a place where I'm like, okay, I like this. I can do this. And I feel great.
Because I feel like in life, like there's always something that someone wants to do, but they're afraid to do it. So like me, cycling, I wanted to do it. I didn't do it until later on in life. So I started in 2015 on my fitness journey that I was on. Mm-hmm. I thought that, you know, I'm going to learn how to cycle. And I know it's not a sport that everyone likes to do, but I would tell my kids, I'd see these people like cycling on the side of the road. I'm like, oh my God, those guys, look at them. They look like badasses. And my kids are like, they don't look like badasses, Mom. And I'm like, if you only literally knew what they did, they're badass. Like you try to climb that hill. Yes. Like it's not easy. So then a friend of mine got me into this group that worked out here in Morgan Hill, and I learned how to ride bikes. I was running. But then I had nobody to go with. So I would have a bike in my garage, but I literally had nobody to go with. And so that's why I was glad that when I moved in this neighborhood, that Joss was so inviting, and she had gone on a trip to Italy the year before. Mm-hmm. And we were mutual friends with her, and she asked us to go to Italy and ride bikes.
Yes, that was scary for me. Very scary. Learning to clip in, I was so scared.
It's scary.
It really freaked me out, trying to clip in and out those shoes.
But can you imagine now not being clipped in and out of a bike?
Oh, no way.
Exactly.
Could not ride. Could not climb the hill.
Never.
Without being clipped in.
No, you couldn't do it.
No.
And like, that's what people are scared of. And so I was scared of that when I first started cycling too. I mean, it was you were either going to, you know.
Had to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't going to go on a girls' trip to Italy. And I did not want to miss that.
No. I mean, I was looking at pictures. You were using this crappy bike I had in my garage. Do you remember that? It was a black and pink bike.
Yes.
You were using that bike, and I think that thing was even a hunk of junk.
Well,
and I'm not kidding you. Like you rode.
Well, it's a big combination. I'm just, I've been doing the bodybuilding and stuff, and now, now I have to do all this cardio, which definitely was not used to doing.
No, it's hard.
So that learning how to breathe and climbing all those hills, I thought I was going to die. And I did
It's different.
not. I was cursing you girls. I did not want to do this. But then it's like, but I have to go to Italy with them. I cannot miss out. I will be so sad if I miss. And I had to figure it out. It was so difficult trying to figure out how are we going to find someone to help us record, to help us with our content, and to make us everything look good and come together. We are so lucky that our friend referred us to Powerhouse based in San Jose. Trisha and Farron have been fabulous helping us get this whole podcast started.
Well, and we met them and loved them. We connected with them.
Yes.
Woman-owned business, understand this midlife mama stuff.
Exactly.
And there was just like an instant connection. So we are learning from them and we're grateful for them and probably would not have started this without them.
Yes.
So, shout out to Powerhouse San Jose.
If you'd like to learn more about it, check out powerhouse-sj.com. Thank you, Trisha and Farron. We love you. Mwah.
Mwah, mwah.
And then it was really funny when you mentioned, oh, I have the best person who can train us.
Yeah.
Chris.
He's the best.
But then I was like, wait a minute, Chris who? And then I realized, I've known Chris since I was a kid.
Yes.
So it was so funny that you brought Chris in and it's like, oh my God, I've known him forever. And it was like, it was so comforting. And he was actually like, I love my husband and he's so good. He is very patient and helpful and he rides bikes too. He's mainly a mountain biker, but it's like you can't have, I think it's hard having your spouse train you on something like that because it's easier to be like,
no,
stop it. Like, oh, leave me alone. Or I don't want to do it. But then, someone like him who he did have patience with us women.
He's the best.
But I can't be like, I'd be, okay, I'll keep trying. Okay, I can do this.
I definitely was the more of the mess of the pack of us because I would come with non-matching socks and
God.
Or on accident.
Chris would get so upset with you.
I know,
because he was very strict about how we were supposed to look, and you would come with 2 different socks on.
They were very similar.
And he would take pictures and send to
They
us.
were super similar. They would never be off the chart, but they were very similar.
But he was making sure everything was in line. And that one day I wore a sleeveless jersey because I'm like, I don't want these tan lines. And he's like, oh, you can't wear that. I'm like, what do you mean I can't wear that? That's for a certain type of cycling, not for this. And I'm like, seriously? I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know we had rules. And then he emailed us the list of rules.
I showed up. Did you remember I showed up cycling? It was freezing. First of all, I don't go out in the cold. I hibernate in the winter.
Yes.
And I showed up and I told Chris, these gloves are so warm. And I go, what are these? And he's all, those are landscaping gloves. Those are for the garden. And I was like, they're gardening gloves? And he's like, yeah. And I go, oh my God. I don't know. They were just in my drawer. They were in my drawer of all of my gear.
Yes.
I don't know if you've noticed this. Before every single ride, the one thing that I love about all of us girls is we all break out our lip gloss. And we're like, hold on. And then he's like, chop, 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 let's go. And we're like.
He teases us every time. Chris teases us every time we pull this out.
I know, but I love it.
Hey, pucker up.
Pucker up.
And get up that hill, right?
Pretty much. That's our motto.
Yep.
Italy was amazing.
Yes. It was. I still will never forget the first time we walk into the dining room. Everyone's having their breakfast, getting ready to go. and we're all in. We had matching kits made. We walk in, and everyone, I felt like the whole dining room stopped eating, looked up at us like, who are these people? Who are these women? What's going on here? And
they did not think we could ride bikes.
No,
they didn't think we could, and they did not think we could ride
well,
bikes.
then we found out later they thought we were there just for marketing purposes. To promote the bike hotel.
You're like,
they
wait till I get on this bike.
We can ride.
Yeah.
When we had that tough climb that one day, and there was the sweetest woman, and I know she was at least 10 years older.
Yeah.
And she was ahead of me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I know I can do this. I know I keep blocking myself. And I'm like, I got to go for it. I got to do this.
Yeah.
If she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I did it. I pushed myself really hard, and I was so proud of myself to do that ride.
We kicked ass, and we had so many
Great memories and funny stories.
So do you know that? Okay, wait. I gotta talk about a story that has literally been killing me. I don't know if you remember. So the spa, they had a spa there,
yes,
but they catered to all the cyclists because everyone stayed there.
Yes.
So I went in and got a massage. I signed up to get a massage from the guy that was in there that everyone had talked about. That was so great. You should get this massage. So I go into oh no. I go into the spa, right? And I know, like, I'm sorry, I'm so embarrassed. When I go into spas here, please keep in mind, I had never gone to Europe. So I go into this massage room, and there's a bed, like, you know, the massage bed. Yeah. Not like a bed. Like, not a bed, but there's like a massage bed. Table. And I go and I'm looking and I'm like, I'm searching around and I'm like, there's literally I didn't have a towel. There was no towel. There was no blanket. There was nothing on the bed. So then when I got in there, so do you know, like if you go to a doctor's office, they pull the paper. Yes. They pull the paper down onto your little, checkup table or whatever. So there was paper. That's it. Nothing. I looked around that whole room. Like, I was like, please, dear God. And there's like, get undressed and, I'll be right in. And I'm like, what? So I don't know what the fuck to do. So I get undressed, but I wear my underwear, of course, because it's inappropriate. For me, I wear my underwear. So I get under the paper. So Andrea, I sat like this. I got on the bed and I got the parchment paper, not even parchment. And I grabbed the paper like this and I pulled it up over me. But it was like this on me. It didn't even cover my whole body. And I was like under this parchment looking paper.
Yeah, Jen, because
so then he walked in and he looked at me and he's like, no. And he started laughing. He's like, no. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't have a towel. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so scarred.
Because you didn't think, open the door. Oh, hey, excuse me.
No. I was in Europe for the first time in my goddamn life.
This is how they do it here.
They lay naked. All right.
Paper on them.
And I just put that paper on me. And I was mortified. After that, I'm like, I'm never gonna get a massage from that guy again. And he was the nicest guy. And I think deep down inside, he was literally dying.
Oh, I'm sure
I'm
sure he was.
I wonder if anyone's ever done that in his whole working career.
No.
Guaranteed, no. I know. Only me. Only me. Jen. I know. Here's my lip gloss that I love so very much. I will leave the house without many, many things that I need, but I have to have that. And I'll drive home if I don't have it.
I keep one everywhere. It's Maybelline Lifter gloss. And
it's not sticky.
Not sticky
at all. This is not sticky.
Right.
And it stays on.
Yes.
And I've got 100 of them. I go like that, and then I go, hey.
Okay, I love you.
But I am very, very grateful that we met, got the girls to like, you know, get together and do this trip. I think it's created such an awesome bond. And I think that it's great that we all have this same hobby together. I know the guys want to get involved. But one day, the guy, and you know, not all of them ride, but like we will, of course, right? Like we'll have our girl trip, and then we'll include the guys on their trip with us.
Why not?
I truly believe get to the point in life where you go out of your comfort zone, live louder, and learn how to express yourself, and know that we're all in this together. We're all going through this, and we're all in this together.
And hey, I say, don't be afraid to start something new, learn something new.
We can all help each other, you know, figuring out new things for us, and just living these last years, just trying new shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's try new shit.
Thank you guys so much for being a part of Pucker Up Midlife. We would love for you guys to follow us. If you go to www.puckerupmidlife.com, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And follow us on Instagram at Pucker Up Midlife.